Okay, so this is the fourth vid of New Vegas in 1 hour. And if you want to, you can pretty much skip this whole vid because we've already found the stealth boy. And right now, all I'm doing is just looting and trying to gain more experience. So when I get to New Vegas, I'm going to have some levels and some more skill points and some more items to sell. You'll notice that this vid actually has audio, and that's thanks to the Logitech USB microphone that we are using. I figured we could actually record the screen, but you could also record audio with that. So I'm not going to redo the first three vids. Those are already done. They show what they need to be shown, and it's good enough for me. You'll see that I had to do a speech success there, and again, as I said, speech is very important. So is science and barter. Those are your three main skills that you'll need to use while in Vegas. Science is kind of secondary skill trait that you'll need to use because you can then go ahead and build a bunch of different things with science. Sadly, I haven't found any of those custom buildable weapons yet. I don't know if they have those weapons, but I believe they have the shish kebab somewhere hidden. And you see there, I would have originally just put science and lockpick on. Instead, I chose to use the barter and speech because those are the two that you will need while in Vegas. And now that they're at 50, I don't have to worry about them. I could just go ahead to Vegas, get the passport, and go into the strip. Also, having a high luck seems to be you seem to be less noticed when sneaking around. In my previous vid, in vid 2, I was stealing while with the Pip-Boy light on while a guy was sitting just 5 feet away. He didn't even notice me. My sneak was terrible at that level. Even though it was low level, he still should have been able to notice me. But because I had a high luck, I suppose it just translated that I was not there to him. I don't know. But it seemed to work well for me. And again, what I'm doing right now is just getting more caps and getting more experience. But if you want, you could skip this vid, go to part 5. It should be out soon. Hopefully before December rolls around. It's November the 29th today, and I'm going to be busy doing other stuff today, so I don't know if I'm going to have time to put vid 5 up. You looking to buy some supplies? Oh, you may have seen that I avoided selecting the shovel. You should buy that shovel because then you can go and dig up graves like an asshole. Also, another thing to do is to, like, for getting as much caps as you need, you also need stim packs. And the doc that lives in this town is a good source of stim packs, especially if you're going to do that mission that involves good springs and the powder gainers. Because if you have a high enough medicine, then he will give you a lot of stim packs and one super stim pack if you pass the believe it's either a speech or a medicine check. And by check, I mean the amount of speech and whatever is required for that. Like, say if you try and do the speech check with the old guy in this town for the dynamite, he requires a 20 explosives check, so that you can actually talk him into giving you some dynamite for the attack. But if you don't have that, it'll just show us the number of speed or explosives that you do have for the trait, and then it'll show a slash and then 20. And unlike in the previous game, if you fail a speech check or any check at all in the first run, you can return with the amount of that skill check requires, and you can redo it again, and you'll convince the people to do whatever. All I'm doing right now is playing Caravan, and this is a very boring part of the vid, even for me. I might even skip it. I don't know. I would skip it too, but really it's just showing you guys how to get more caps. And if you're good at Caravan, I suggest going against this guy because he has apparently caps to spare. But if you're not good at Caravan like me, myself, I lose at least 142 caps to this guy, and then I quit Caravan at all. Back to the current weapons that I'm using right now. I did steal that 357 Magnum. I didn't sell it. I put the the highly detailed cylinder on it so that it has more condition. And 357 Magnums are pretty good for damage right in the beginning, but they're slower for fire and they're pretty slow on the reload too, which is why I go for the 9mm pistol. It has 13 rounds and you can fire semi-automatic, and you can also reload in less than 2 seconds. From what I found in this game, for the weapons, for pistols, it's got to go 9mm, 10mm, and then it has to either go 44 Magnum or the 12.7mm pistol. I can't go back. I cannot lower myself unless I mod the weapons. The bullets for the 12.7mm are hard to find, but I just use other weapons. At the point that gun is available, I just switch to a machine gun or submachine gun, like the assault carbine or the 10mm submachine gun. For snipers as well, as soon as you start leveling up your character, you're going to find more guns available to you. The snipers in this game are the varmint rifle, the hunting rifle, the sniper rifle, and the anti-material weapon, which is a very good weapon in its own. What is it? The oh, sorry for the audio skip. I had a problem with I don't know why it just skipped like that. Um, yeah, so what I basically am going to talk about now is just weapons. The hunting rifle is a good sniper rifle to use after the varmint rifle. You can put a scope and extended mags on it and a custom bolt action that will increase the rate of fire. The sniper rifle, like the actual sniper rifle in this game, is decent, and it has a silencer and extended mags for that, and a maple stocking, which reduces the rate by half. So if you want a light silent rifle, other than the varmint rifle, you'd have to use the sniper rifle. The 50 caliber, which I just like to call it the 50 caliber Barrett, but they call it in this game the anti-material rifle. And this one, it's pretty decent for range and for the amount of damage that it does, but you do require 100 guns to actually zero in on the scope. And it doesn't even completely do that. You slightly still see movement with the reticule, but that's okay. You can zoom in and snipe from afar. It's a nice rifle. I let it pass. For assault rifles, there's the service rifle, the assault carbine, the All-American, and the Marksman Carbine. The All-American Marksman Carbine are basically the same thing, except the All-American is a unique weapon, does increased damage, and has a nicer look for it. It's kind of got a camouflage look on it rather than the All-American. The Assault Carbine is fully automatic and uses 5mm, while the service rifle, the Marksman Carbine, and the All-American uses 5.56 round, and they all have semi-automatic settings on them. The service rifle has a has increased some mod that increases the rate of fire on it. It's a decent carbine for the first part of the game, but it doesn't quite fit in well with all your other weapons that you're going to have in the beginning of the game. So I don't really use it that much anymore when I start games like this. But the assault carbine is good. It has, for mods, it has extended mags, and so does the Marksman Carbine. I haven't tried to add extended mags to the All-American, so I don't know. I wouldn't use the All-American that much if extended mags isn't available for that. Both the Marksman Carbine and Assault Carbine and the All-American have 24 bullets in each clip. The service rifle only has 20 bullets in each clip. For shotguns, I would just go straight up with the hunting shotgun or the riot shotgun. The shotguns that lead up to it, they're not that great for shotguns, and the hunting shotgun and the riot shotgun both use 12 gauge rounds. I don't know how come you can't just use a 20 gauge round in the 12 gauge. I don't know why they didn't put that in, but that's their choice. Riot shotgun doesn't have any mods. The hunting shotgun has extended mags and a hunting choke at the end to reduce spread. This is going to be the end of my vid. It was pretty much boring for me to review and record, but I hope you all enjoyed it. It's just necessary for item integration and getting more caps and just overall what I did before I went to Vegas. It shows Caravan and I'm losing at it. I suck at it. That's alright. Whatever. If you're good, do it. Thank you very much. This was the 4th vid.